Hi everyone, it's Julie here, your pet grief therapist. On this video, I'm going to be explaining how personality type can affect the way you grieve. And basically, it comes down to how easily do you share your feelings. Are you the kind of person that holds everything in? Are you the person that tells everyone when you're upset? Or are you the type of person that worries what other people think? Now, in the world of therapy, there are loads of different ways to explain personality types. There are loads of different scientific names, or some people just use all the initials. On this video, I'm going to be explaining a really easy model called Warriors, Settlers and Nomads, and it was created by leading therapist and trainer Terence Watts. And if you're really interested in personality types and how it gets you through life and your relationships with other people, it's a really good read. So get his book, Warriors, Settlers and Nomads. I'm not on commission, by the way, but it is a really easy way to explain it. So I'm going to use it. This is what I use in my therapy sessions with my clients. So you have the warrior type. Now, we're all made up of a blend of the different warriors, settlers and nomads personality types, but most of us are predominantly one type. So people who are mostly warrior, they're going to be your very organized people. They like structure, they like to give instructions, they like to be in charge, and they're very, very good at what they do, organizing, and not very good at showing their feelings. Some warrior types may think showing your feelings is ridiculous or weak. And the most you're going to get from a warrior type or somebody with a strong disposition towards a warrior personality is going to be maybe one solitary tear, and then the rest of the feelings just get kept inside. And other people might think that they don't care, that they're not grieving, that they have no feelings, that they've got no heart. How can they not be upset? And it's not that at all. All it is they are dealing with the feelings internally, or trying to. And quite often it doesn't work. The feelings will always come out some way or another. But during the moment, at the time when you would expect them to be showing a lot of emotion, they just keep their feelings in. Then you have the settler type of personality. Settlers like to please other people. They worry about what other people think, what other people's opinions of them might be. And so what you tend to find with a settler is they will get upset and they will cry, but it's usually in private. So if they're with other warrior people, they don't want to show their feelings in case they're seen as weak. They might also not want to show their feelings because they've got family or friends around them, and they think if they get upset, then they might upset other people. And setters usually belong to some kind of caring profession. They make great nurses, teachers. They're really good at looking after other people, but they tend to put other people's interests before their own. So when they're upset about the grief of their pet or anything else, they don't want to be showing their feelings to other people unless they're surrounded by other people who are sharing their feelings freely. And so we come to the nomad, and the nomad personality type shows their feelings very freely. They're the ones who are likely to be sobbing, likely to be saying they can't cope, they don't know how they're going to go on, crying all the time, no matter who they're with. They're very free at sharing their feelings. Now, through life, you have nomads who are great creators of things. They're the people who have got fantastic imagination. They can do all sorts of things through their life. They're very independent. They're not bothered about being part of a team or being in charge of anyone else, really. They just want to do their own thing. And that's some of the great things about being a nomad and being an individual and not being like anybody else. the other side to that is they do show their feelings very, very freely wherever they are. So you may find a warrior personality type or a settler who are walking down the street and see, for instance, a dog similar to their own dog that's just died, and they might get choked up, but they'll just carry on. A nomad in the same situation might burst into tears there in the street. Now, there is no right or wrong way to grieve. There is no one personality type that is better than another, but it helps you to understand each other if you understand that other people grieve in different ways. So I've had clients come in and they say, oh, I don't understand. My husband, for instance, isn't even bothered that our dogs died, and we'd had him for 6 years and we just had to have him put down at the vets, and my husband's not even bothered. So there could be two things going on there, or maybe more, but a couple of things. So he could be a warrior personality type, so he's keeping his feelings in. And it could also be things that he's learned when he was growing up, such as men don't cry, which of course is wrong. We know that's wrong, but sometimes that's what people were taught growing up. The man has to be the strong one. The man has to be the one that goes and organises everything, that takes the dog to the vets, that makes sure everyone else is all right. So there could be settler in there as well, because he's making sure that everyone's all right. But just because he's not crying doesn't mean he doesn't care. I've had clients that are warriors that come and say they're misunderstood and that they don't understand how there's somebody else in the house who perhaps is a nomad who's just crying all the time. And the warrior type doesn't understand the settler type. And again, it doesn't mean that either one is right or wrong. It just means that they've had different experiences, and their personality type means that they grieve in a different way. How you show your feelings usually determines the way that you grieve. So remember, no one is 100% warrior, 100% settler, or 100% nomad. But whatever your dominant trait is, or somebody in your family or friends or someone in your circle, whatever that personality is, the most dominant part of that will determine how you experience your grief and how you show your grief and how you show your feelings. And at a time when everyone is upset and everyone is grieving, it's important to be tolerant of each other's personality types and not condemn them for it. So not to condemn them for not showing their feelings and not seeming like they care, and not condemning them for crying all over the place, and not condemning them for seeming to swing like the wind, which can be like a settler personality type, because they react generally to what's going on around them because they don't want to be upsetting anybody. If they're with the warrior, they tend to try and be brave, not show their feelings. If they're with the nomad, they tend to feel a bit more free about sharing their feelings. And so you might get somebody that says, well, little Miss Settler here, she's not bothered. And somebody else might have had the experience of seeing them crying their eyes out, because the settler tends to try and please everybody or adapt to what's going on around them and try and care for each other and put their own feelings on the back burner. So I hope this has helped you. If you think somebody is struggling with grief, or struggling with showing their feelings, or struggling with understanding why some people show their feelings and some don't, then show them this video, send it to them. And like I say, I hope that this has helped. If you find that you're struggling with your feelings in any way, get in touch. There's a link that takes you through to the calendar. You can just book a free initial consultation. We can have a chat and see if we can get you through your grief a little more comfortably. Grief is a natural thing. Therapy doesn't make it go away, but it just helps you to say goodbye and to help manage your feelings when you think that sometimes the whole world is going mad. Like I say, I hope that this has helped. Bye for now.